everybody, and welcome back to the Empire Let's Play series. I am over here at our brand new sugarcane farm, and I've been letting it run for just a little bit and doing a couple of small updates. So far, it's moving kind of slow, and you can see here I've gotten 34 on that side and 17 on that side, but that's okay. It's only been a little bit that I've been letting it run. I realized I made all of these roofs 1 wide, but over here I started making it 2 wide, and I do like it here because it's sort of inset, but I had made it 2 wide all the way around, and so I shaved some of that off and I have some extra slabs now. I did update our map, and that's what it's looking like. Over here I did tear the water out and I planted some crops. Got some pumpkins that are still growing, and yeah, we'll eventually probably bone meal this and make it a little more overgrown. One other change I made is I put some glowstone in the farm right there and on the other side because I discovered very quickly that I had created the world's smallest mob farm and it was filling up with zombies, so that'll take care of that. Still have our weird cave over here that I haven't explored, but I don't want to spend a lot of time over here today. I want to head back over towards the map library, and I want to start working over there. Specifically, I want to kind of go past that bridge and start laying out the road. As you're watching this, Minecraft Live would have just gotten over with. I started recording this before Saturday, so right now I still don't know what's happening in Minecraft Live. Probably by the end of the episode, Minecraft Live will have happened, and I will have some opinions there. Hello, Enderman. Carrying a flower. What a weirdo. I don't even think I knew that they could carry flowers. That's really weird. Okay, let's tie up our horse and talk a little bit about what's going on over here. So first thing I want to do is mirror this new design that I came up with here on this side. And then, kind of like we've done over here, just this top layer I want to be dirt and grass. And so I will do the same thing here, just a little bit of dirt and grass. This hole in the ground right here is it's kind of interesting. So when we go down here, it goes a little bit deep. Not sure where that goes or that, but I think this one here just goes out to the river. For funsies, though, let's see. That goes to the river. Where do you go? Also to the river. And do I have enough air? Where do you go? Also to the river. So yeah, we're just going to cover that up. The other thing I want to deal with is this gravel right here. There's a lot of it. And some of it I think belongs here. You know, like the whole coastline is very gravelly, and that's kind of cool. But some of this up here where the path is going to be, I think I want to tear this out and, again, replace it with grass. So let's do a little terraforming. Okay, we are starting to get somewhere. On this side, there's just a little poke through of the stone, and then the grass kind of wraps all the way around. Looks really great. On this side, grass is still slowly growing in, but we've done a similar thing. So there'll just be grass here. I will plant some trees once we get some greenery happening here, and we'll definitely bone meal it. And I might even take it back a little further, like the dirt will cut across here, and we'll turn all that into grass. We now have a road, comes along like this. It'll start to dip down right here and then probably cut into the ground right here. Make our way in that direction. But before we do that, I think I want to run to the other side and figure out where the road is going to connect with the jungle. There's a pretty substantial rise in elevation, plus there's the map library, so I figure if we figure out the 2 points, we can then draw a line between them. Let's go ahead and make our way over to the map library, and I'll show you my plan. All right, let's pop in here, and first thing we'll do is let's put the map back. There we have our updated map, which will go right there. Fantastic. Last episode, I was talking a little bit about surrounding this with either slabs or steps, and the comments seemed to agree that slabs were the right way to go. So we are going to wrap this whole map in a border of slabs, and it'll look pretty much like that. And I think that will give us a nice kind of step up, step down. Plus, doing this will save us about 100 maps. It is really crazy when they get this big how many resources are involved. So that is how big the map is going to be. Still pretty big considering how much we've exposed. You know, we've got our map library, we've got the Southland, we've got Mingus, we've got Coltrane, we've discovered this village and that village. We have a woodland mansion, and then Marsalis way down here in the swamp. And still, we have barely scratched the surface on this place. I did find some item frames at our other bases, taking some of the maps off the walls and some of those sorts of things. So we will utilize those here. So up on the hill here, you can see these torches that I put up there. That is where the path is going to go. And it's much taller there than it is down here. But I think right after this hill, it sort of slopes down again. So what we might do is dig some of this hill out. And I would like the path to come down and kind of hug this mountain. I don't want it to get too close to the map library. So it'll kind of proceed over there and then out towards the bridge. We are definitely not going to get the whole road installed today, but I would like to kind of lay it out and figure out where it's going to go. You know, while I'm thinking about it, I don't think I like this little indent anymore. Made a little bit more sense when there was no border and no slabs. But now that we have this kind of step all the way around, we don't really need this here. Okay, let's do a little exploration here. So this right here dips way down. There's a weird little cave over here that I haven't explored. Yeah, you can see it there. And then, way up on the hill here, that's where the road's going to go. Pretty steep. But like I said, I think we can actually dig some of this out. So, as soon as we get to the top of the hill, we are in the jungle. But as you can see, it dips way back down pretty quickly. So I think we could dig this out. So let's try that here. Voila. How'd I do? Perfect. So yeah, this is where the road could come out. It doesn't have to go all the way up there. Again, we might need to gently slope it down in this direction. So that's what we need to figure out. And we need to take it in that direction because we don't want to go directly into the side of the map library. So let's see if we can figure that out. Okay, getting closer. That is a much more reasonable elevation, and we could just terraform some of this to bring the road around. Definitely going to need to get rid of a lot of these trees here and kind of figure the forest out a little bit. I originally imagined that this would just be a cutout, but it might end up being a tunnel, actually, the way things are going. All right, this is not final or anything, but I think this is the idea. Have a little bit of a tunnel that kind of steps up. Oh, I hear a zombie. And then gets us in here. Then it'll come down here, turn a little bit. Might even turn as it's heading down here. And then let's get some trees out of the way so we can kind of see where it's going to go. So out of here, road will come, turn a little bit in this direction, hug the hill, just come right along like this. And then I'll kind of come through here and then out in this direction like so. From here, you can see map library to our left, and then the torches across the forest that'll go all the way to the bridge. I think the last thing I wanted to do today is expose some of this map and then push a little bit into the jungle so we can see where that road is going to go. So as we move into the jungle, we're eventually going to get to a spot where there's going to be a big hole in the ground and some water. And I think at that point, the road is going to split again. And it'll go off to the jungle village. And then in the other direction, it'll go to the desert village. Yeah, it's real dense. So let's grab our axe. Do some landscaping here. So from up here, you can get a pretty interesting perspective. Over there, you can see the map library, and the road is going to move through the jungle here, off towards that big old cave right there. And the road is actually going to go through that. On the other side of this jungle here, that's where the desert is. And so that's the trajectory it's going to take. So there it is. So as I'd mentioned, big hole in the ground. There's actually a big hole in the side of the mountain over here as well. And I think we'll probably end up just bridging across this and then going right through that tunnel. It'll be quite a project, but I think it'll be kind of interesting, kind of cool. Let's go ahead and reveal our map here. Well, there it is. Just out in the middle of the jungle. Let's go ahead and get back to the map library before the sun goes down on us. And that goes right there. So the road is going to go across this bridge, kind of through the forest here. It'll hug this mountain and then dive into the jungle. And I think that's going to be our next project, is the jungle village. I have some ideas for the type of stone and architecture that we could use. And I think it'll be really cool and a little bit tricky, not only getting out there, but also getting the villagers out there. But we'll figure that out in another episode. And that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. If you want to be like these folks and help support the channel, scan the code on the screen or click join down below. And thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.